Buen dia, buen dia, buen dia. Okay, we are in Costa Rica now, a little town outside of San Jose. Uh, this is my post ayahuasca report. First things first, to my son Eric, to my daughter Asia, my daughter Nina. I love all you guys. I hope you guys get the opportunity to experience what I experienced. Um, it was fantastic. My wife and I are feeling absolutely like little children, physically, mentally. I have not felt, I can't remember feeling this good. I feel amazing. Uh, I'm sleeping amazing. My mentality is clear. I mean, my mental capacity, I am super clear. I feel focused. I feel connected. Uh, this is just amazing to me. But let's get to the ayahuasca ceremony. So after that, after we went back to the hotel, we were able to eat till 10 a.m. that morning. After that, there was only water, and the ceremony was going to be held at 8 p.m. Um, so we cleaned up the Airbnb, got prepared and stuff like that. We were extremely nervous. You know, oof, I didn't know if I could take anymore. I was physically, mentally just beat, so I didn't know if I was gonna make it. But we meet up with the other participants, which there were 8 ladies, and I was the only male energy, and we got to we met them in the supermarket, and we got together and we drove to the shaman's house. And the first thing that they told me was you had to take another shot of rape, and at that point I wanted out. I was done. I couldn't do no more. I just couldn't do it. But here I am. I'll tell you what happened. So when we got to the house, we all set up poolside. And she had a beautiful, beautiful house, beautiful community. The vibe was beautiful. All the ladies were nice. They were all recovering. Everybody was like wounded soldiers. And we got in a circle, and I think I was the sixth person to get rape. And when it went in, it wasn't such a big shot like she gave me the first time, but it did mess me up. But you know, no, I don't think I did any purging at that point. Very, very little. And so, but I was feeling extremely weak, and everybody was done taking their rape, and we did a little music, and then she said, okay, she got the ayahuasca out, and she said, she started pulling people out of the crowd and coming up to her to take their shot of rape. At this time, their shot of ayahuasca. At this time, I am beat. I don't even think I can walk over to her. I just don't have the strength. So I'm thinking to myself, save as much energy as you can, crawl over there and get ready. But as you see the ayahuasca hitting everyone, you see them purging, and their bodies just going through extreme pain to get all of these energies out, and to lighten their body and lighten their souls. So now it comes to be my time, and I got enough strength to stand up and walk over. So I walk over, I stand in front of her, I give my intention, and I say, you know, just be gentle and teach me what you got to teach me. I take the shot, I cover my nose. They say to cover your nose because it smells bad. But I did cover my nose. It didn't smell that bad, it didn't taste that bad. It was very gritty, like if you took a scoop of mud and you just drank it down, you know. The consistency of like a tar almost, a little looser than tar. So I went back and I sat down, and as I'm sitting there, I'm setting my intentions, and I'm saying, Okay, here we go. Here we go. And she starts playing music. She starts chanting. And at that moment, the neighbors next door started throwing a party. And it wasn't bothering me in any way, but some of the ladies it was bothering. The shaman, it was distracting her. So she decided to take us inside her house. And let me tell you, her house was amazing. So we get inside the house. Now she has the air conditioning on, and my desire is to be back outside. The noise wasn't bothering me at all. But we're in there, and people are still purging. You know, they got their bucket. Your bucket is your best friend. Is your best friend. People are crawling to the bathroom, walking to the bathroom, getting there any way they can. My wife is right next to me, and you know, she starts to cry and to moan, and you know, I just rub her leg. I really don't get involved. I don't ask her what's going on. I leave that be. But nothing's happening to me. I just want to go outside. I just want to get out of this house. Even though it was beautiful, it was a beautiful house. Other ladies are still purging. Some are chanting. The music was okay. It kept getting interrupted with commercials. She needs a playlist, though. She definitely needs a playlist. And at this time, I start to meditate. I start to do my breathing exercises. I start to do my mantras. And I'm really trying to get into a meditative state. I am super relaxed. I do have to purge. I purge a little. I took bathroom breaks. I made it to the bathroom, but nothing happened. It was false alarm. Then I'm starting to get a little frustrated because I see everyone experiencing. I hear, because we're in the dark, and I hear everyone experiencing certain things and stuff like that. So I'm getting a little disappointed. So finally, maybe 2 hours in, I'm not sure what time. Time doesn't mean nothing. But the shaman gets up, she opens the door, and basically as a signal that you can go outside. She doesn't say anything. So she opened the door, and she lets us outside. Now let me go back to before the ayahuasca. She also put some drops in our eyes that it stung really bad. It did sting really, really bad. But this now go back to when we are when I walk outside. And as I walk outside, I look up at the stars, and the stars are bright. I mean, the sky is a deep, deep, dark blue. The stars are twinkling. I'm just twinkling. The grass is like really, really green, and I'm touching the plants, and the plants look amazing. And I'm looking at the patterns at the plants, and I'm like, wow, how did they make these plants so symmetrical and so uniform? And who did this? This has to be a superior being, because this is just not random. It's just not random. Nothing like that happens randomly. I walk over to a palm tree. Wait a second, a plane's going by. So, I walk over to a palm tree, and I'm holding the palm tree by it's a little one, and I'm just holding it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm saying, give me your information. But as I'm holding it, the leaves are all over my body and just rubbing me, and it feels so good, so comforting. But still, I'm not having any visuals. There's nothing going on that I know of. So I sit back down. I'm a little disappointed, and I said, well, even Mother Ayahuasca doesn't accept me and stuff like that. I had that feeling. I was extremely disappointed. And first thing I thought of was my son Eric and one of my soul brothers, Jermaine. And I said, man, I'm just going to tell him, you know, I don't know what this was. I had more visuals on weed than I did on ayahuasca. But as I'm saying that, I got a message that no, this is physical. We have to fix you physically before we show you Mother Ayahuasca. So I took that and I said, okay, well, yeah, okay, but I still was disappointed. So I got frustrated and I just laid down and I went to sleep by the pool. And there was about 6 other ladies out there with me, just laying around, and we were, just sleeping. And it was so funny because no one was snoring, there was no movement, there was no sound, there was nothing, just nature. That's all I heard. I didn't hear anything. So I did go to sleep. I tossed and turned all night, and I woke up and it was dawn. So as I come to my senses, I feel I'm really weak. I'm extremely hungry. Some of the ladies start waking up and they start to clean up and stuff. But I sit by the edge of the pool and I just start crying, and I'm disappointed. I felt like I didn't get what I came for. But I'm thinking about my childhood. I'm thinking about different aspects. And as people are walking in front of me, behind me, doing their chores and trying to gather themselves and come back down to this earth, I'm just sitting there crying at the edge of the pool, and the tears are just flowing and flowing. And my spiritual guide, MJ, comes over to me and says, "You all right?" "See, I'm fine, I'm just gathering myself." And then the shaman comes over to me and she gives me a little mushroom, about that big, about 3/4 of an inch, a little over 5/8 of an inch. I chew it well, I eat it. I normally don't do good on mushrooms. It bothers my stomach extremely bad. But I chew it well, so I make sure I get it down as digestible as possible for my stomach. And now I go in and I say, "Oh, I want some fruit. I want some kind of food in me, just a berry." You can barely put food in your mouth. You can barely chew it. So me and my wife are sitting on the couch and we're talking, and I said, "Hey babe, can you get me, I'm not feeling so well. Can you just go get me some fruits?" And she brings over some bananas and some little pieces of avocado, some boiled eggs and stuff like that. I get down the bananas as I can, just the best I can. And I start to feel a little better. And I start to, reflect on the last 2 days, which were, man, I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Never. Man, I start to come together. And all of a sudden my stomach starts to bother me. The mushrooms are saying hello. And my wife is sitting next to me, says, "Oh man, I don't feel so well, I feel nauseous." And I say this thing, "No, I don't feel well." So we sit down and we're laying down on the lady's couch. She has this beautiful couch, and we're just laying down, looking at the ceiling and closing our eyes. And now the mushrooms start to kick in. And I reach over and I get another blackberry. And I put it in my mouth. I think it was blackberry or blueberry, one of them. Put it in my mouth, and oh man, the thing tastes fantastic. It was like the universe blew up in my mouth. So we gather ourselves, and now I get a big smile on my face, and everybody's starting to talk, and everybody's starting to feel better. And now all of a sudden, boom, I start to get these visuals. And I start to get flashbacks when I was a child, the experience that we just went through. I feel extremely light, extremely grounded, focused. I know exactly what's happening. But my stomach is still queasy. So now we start to eat, and everybody's starting to gather and starting to talk about their experience, where they're from. There were women from all over the United States, and you okay, babe? There were women from all over the United States, and I started to talk to this woman. She was a coroner, and I joked around and I called her Dexter and stuff, and we all started laughing, and then we all started talking about different things about her job and how she does it and stuff like that. And she reminded me so much, her mannerisms the way she just moved and talked of my middle child, Asia, you know, just very happy. But, you know, she was, I gave her a lot of credit. I found her to be pretty amazing because she quit smoking and drinking just to meet Mother Ayahuasca. And she took 2 shots of ayahuasca like it was nothing. And I forgot to tell you, I did take another shot after that. But as soon as it went in, it came right out, and I purged everything out. I mean, everything just came out. So the shaman said that Mother Ayahuasca said that my wife and I needed a second shot, and my wife did a second shot. She will tell you her story, but this is my story, my true ghetto story. So we talked, and you know, I was just amazed at her, and she told me about her brother and her father and the alcoholism that ran in her family. And it just, because I grew up in with an alcoholic, it just brought me to tears, you know. And I married into an alcoholic family, and it really touched me. You know, I couldn't stop crying as she was talking. You know, it really touched me. So, and at that point I say, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. This is the funniest thing that happened to me. Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, sit down, nothing's happening. But as I'm sitting down, the ceiling fan is making this roo noise, and all of a sudden the noise turns into a chant, and I could hear these men chanting and with the fan, and I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm just rocking and chanting to the music and chanting to the music. And it felt, I could feel the vibration going into my body and all the way down my spine. And it was an amazing feeling. And so I stood up, I cleaned myself up and washed my hands. And I go and I look in the mirror and I'm like, what the hell? And I look at my pupils, and my pupils are changing shape and doing all kinds of things. And I'm like, what the hell? So then I go back and I look at it again, and my pupils, both of them doing the same thing, and I'm like, what the hell? So I walk back out to the shaman, and I got a plate in my hand, and I just stop. And I say, hey guys, the fan in there was just talking to me, and everybody just starts laughing and having a good time. And I said, but on a serious note, my pupils started to look like reptile pupils and stuff like that. And the shaman said, hey, that's good, you know, you're a part of that family, you have a lot of knowledge and stuff like that. And it wasn't scary at all. I didn't have any fear or nothing, but that was the first visuals I seen. So then I went back to, we were talking again, and we were just having a good time. And then I would just go away, and I was sitting in a circle, but my mind would just go. And I remember at one point, I closed my eyes and I heard a female voice say, follow me, I want to show you something. Excuse me, I want to show you something. And as I'm following her, I could see all of these visuals and this tunnel of color, like red color and yellow and green colors unfolding in front of me, and like, follow me, look, I'm going to show you. And I was like, what are you going to show me? And as I said that, even the visuals got even more detailed. And then someone said something to me, and I snap out of it. And then my spiritual guide was MJ. She told me, hey, stop jumping, just go in there, just go in and see what it's about. So I had to get myself to relax, but I couldn't get back to that point again. And so that was the most the visuals were. We stayed there all morning, all afternoon, and it was so funny. When I started up my car to head home, we were able to head home. We had a 2-hour drive back home. And when I started to head home, we started up the car, and the car said 111. That blew my mind. So as I was driving home, I was listening to Foreigner. I want to know what love is. And that song had me crying in traffic because that's all I want to know. I just want to feel loved, feel accepted, feel safe, you know, unconditional love. So I must have to learn how to give unconditional love. So, but you okay?
Yep.
All right. So, I mean, we made it home and we danced to music. We got caught up in the election caravan. It didn't bother me at all. We figured a way to go around it and stuff like that. So we got home and I mean, we slept like babies. I mean, it was the best sleep. It was like the sleep was a rebirth sleep. My body just felt fantastic, and I still feel that way. It's so amazing. I mean, I feel great. Last night just got to the resort last night, and I feel fantastic. So I just can't. I watch my puppies when they get up in the morning, my dogs when they get up in the morning, and they're just happy to be alive, and all they want to do is play. And that's how we both, my wife and I, said we felt this morning. We just wanted to get up and play and dance, and we did a little stretching, and I feel great, man. But I do recommend this to anyone. I mean, to my son Eric, to his future wife Nisha, to all the children. I hope you guys experience this. I really do. My daughter Asia, my daughter Nina. I know you guys are still deep in the matrix, but I really hope you get to. I hope the Spirit calls you. To my spiritual brother, literally my spiritual brother Jermaine. Man, I know you're gonna feel this. I know you're gonna feel this. To my brother, my natural brother Daryl, you have to feel this. We grew up in the same house. We know what it was like, and you went through a lot more than I did. You need this just as much as I need this. We all need it. To my cousin Troy, who's just waking up. He's at the beginning stages and he's still running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's figuring out. He's a smart guy. I know you're gonna do it too. So I can't wait to meet you here. To the people that don't understand and you're on your own journey, listen. As long as we all reach here, I don't care how you get here. There are many roads in this universe. There are many roads, and we're all gonna meet here. I can't believe the feeling that I have. And this is nothing, totally clean. No weed, no alcohol, no cafe, nada. Just fruit and vegetables this morning. A little juice and a little water. To everyone, white, black, Puerto Rican, what ethnicity, we are all the same. We are all the same. There's no different. We've just been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We've been in a dark place. This place is a spiritual prison, and it's up to us as individuals, to wake up. And to one of my good friends, Manny Roman, we worked in the Matrix together. Man, I know you're waking up too, so we will be okay. We will be okay. I have more reports. I will definitely do the whole procedure over again. I'm looking to do it again in January, which is my month, and it'll give me time to clean up again and eat right and stuff like that. I want to go back in. I need to go back in. There's so many questions that I have. I will do it, and I will report, and I will have my hands out to anyone that has any questions and wants to know anything about it. I will try to figure out how to leave links to everybody that helped me through this. So I hope you all have a fantastic, beautiful day, fantastic, beautiful week, a fantastic, beautiful end of the year. You know, all I can do is wish everybody blessings, many, many, many blessings. Later.